What is going on, Investor Thrive Nation? This is the Painless Wholesaling Podcast. I have David Dodge on here with me, who is the man, the myth, the legend. What's up, David?
What's going on, Nathan? How are you, brother?
Dude, I'm doing great. And everyone that's listening here that maybe this is your first time listening to the Painless Wholesaling Podcast, this is Nathan Payne. And my goal is to make your journey into real estate investing, wholesaling, whatever you do, painless. All right. I got to make it painless because it can be painful and I can't take away all your pain. You're going to have to go through some growth. That's why I bring on experts like David here to learn from. So we're going to dive into what David's about, how he's done hundreds and hundreds. Wasn't it like 700 deals so far, David? Wholesale deals?
700 wholesales specifically,
Oh
200
my,
burrs, about 1,000 transactions in the last 8 years.
bro, you better slow down, dude.
Yeah, buddy.
So we're gonna dive right into what David's about, how he got started, how he's doing so many deals. Let's go right into it. So David, kind of tell me, man, tell us in 30 seconds, just a quick overview of who you are, and then we'll dive into your story.
Yeah, man, no worries. So I started investing in real estate at the age of 20. I'm 38, so that was 18 years ago. And for the first 10 years, I was doing it the wrong way. I was doing it the slow way. I was
Wow.
finding properties at full retail on the MLS. I was buying those properties via agents.
Mhm.
I was going to the bank and getting an 80% loan, which required me to have 20% out of pocket. So I was either borrowing that 20% or saving that 20%, or a combination of both. House hacking in the beginning and then just doing rentals. And basically over the first 10 years, all through my 20s, I was buying about a house a year. And at the end of that 10-year period, when I got to the age of 30, I think I had 12 rentals. So I got lucky 2 years out of 10 and was able to
Mhm.
buy 2 properties instead of 1.
Yeah, let's
And it was
go.
just slow. It was good. I mean, I'm not upset about that. Happy that I did that. Built a
Yes.
lot of wealth and a lot of equity. But it was just slow. About 8 years ago, at the age of 30, I decided, hey, I'm going to do this full time. I learned about wholesaling, and I just started wholesaling for the next couple years. I just was wholesaling, exclusively. And then probably about 4, maybe 5 years ago, I was, early 30s. I was like, you know what? I kind of lost track of buying and holding and landlording, which I had done for 10 previous years,
Mm,
right?
mm.
And I kind of circled back and I'm like, all right, I now have this new skill set of marketing to sellers and running appointments and making offers and following up, and built out systems and, had built a team. And I was like, this is great, because I had essentially set myself up for lots of deal flow and high volume of deals. And essentially what I did about, let's go with 4 years. I don't know the exact date here, but let's go 4 years ago.
Mhm.
I just said, hey, I'm going to change the model a little bit. I'm still going to market. I'm still going to do some wholesaling, but instead of wholesaling every single deal, I'm going to change it. And I'm going to do what we like to refer to as keep the best and wholesale the rest. So I just
Mhm.
made a small pivot.
Yep.
And over the last, 4 or 5 years, I've bought and rehabbed and rented and refinanced over 200 properties. So I've done the Burr method over 200 times. I've written a book on the Burr method. It's available on Amazon and Audible. It's literally called The Burr Method. Pretty straightforward. There's a few other
Dang.
books that have that same title.
I was
But
about to say that's a good title, and I'm surprised no one took it. But you're saying some people did, but you don't
oh,
care.
there's been people, I didn't create the Burr method. I didn't invent it. I'm not the founder of it. It's just an acronym,
Yes,
but
yes, yes.
my book is like 370 pages. It's really, really deep. It dives into all the pros and the cons and the mistakes that I made and the ways to do it right and not do it wrong. And we break it all down. But yeah, for the most part, over the last couple years, I'd say 8. I've been a full-time real estate investor, hundreds and hundreds of wholesales, probably 700 plus wholesales, 200 plus burrs. I just got my real estate license like last month. And
Wow.
I operated without it for 18 years. So you don't need it. The only reason I got it is just to essentially help friends and family, with real estate transactions on the retail side of the business. But I'm not an agent, like in terms
Mhm.
of like, I am an agent. Let's not say I'm not. I am, but I'm not operating day to day. I'm not promoting or marketing myself as being, an agent. I'm an investor. I just have that tool in my belt. So at this point, I love doing podcasts. I love helping. I love giving back. I love teaching people how easy it is to get started. I built out a free community online that teaches people how to get started. It has free courses on
Dang, what is it
wholesaling.
called?
It's called Real Estate School.
That's a great name too, bro.
Can't beat that, bro. Real Estate School. The URL is REISKOOL. So it's school spelled the cool way.
Hey, because the
Yeah,
other one was
buddy.
probably like what, like $1 million?
What's up?
The other one must have been like pretty expensive because
Yeah, I couldn't get my hands on that one, but it's actually hosted on a platform called School, SKOOL
yes,
dot
yes, so that
com.
makes it easy.
Yep. And then I'm just a group within that platform, but we've only had the group live for I think 5 weeks, and we already have over 600 members. in the group. It's free to join right now. At some point, we may start charging, but right now it's free. I plan on keeping it free for a little while. It's got free courses on wholesaling, free courses on landlording, free courses on private money lending and how to get private money, free courses on data, how to run comps, how to make offers. It's all there. Everything's free
Amazing.
right now. And it's
That's
phenomenal.
amazing. So
Yeah.
let me ask you about school because that's kind of newer to me. Is that were you doing something on a different platform before you transitioned
Yeah, it
5 years
was,
ago?
man. I've been coaching people for about 5 years. I think I've helped over 60, maybe close to 70 people get their first deal at this point. So I love
Let's
helping, I love
freaking
coaching.
go, bro.
Yeah, man. I love helping people, love coaching, love mentoring. And I'm just like, you know what? How do I reach more people and help more people essentially, right?
So what were you on before?
Multiple platforms, Thinkific, Kajabi, my own
Kajabi's
WordPress website, all these
Kajabi's
different
trash,
platforms.
bro. Do you like Kajabi? I didn't like Kajabi.
It's got pros and cons.
Yeah.
All of them do. All of them do. But this new platform, reiskool.com, so Real Estate School, is better. It's got it all in one. It's simple
Everybody
to use.
check that out. That's
Yeah, it's
sick.
got a community. It's got a calendar with free trainings. We do 2 or 3 free trainings a week. There's free courses in there. There's a community, of course, where members can collaborate and joint venture with each other and market their deals. And it's just awesome. There's a leaderboard in there, so it kind of tracks who's engaging. And one of the things I like about it the most, Nathan, is it rewards those who are there to engage, right? If somebody wants
Yes,
to just come
dude.
and take a free course, that's great. We got no problem with that. But there's 5 or 6 courses, and I'm going to be adding more and more as time goes
Yeah.
on. And I only give away 2 for free right out the gate. All of
Yeah.
it's free right now. But in order
Mhm.
to access third and the fourth and the fifth course, you got to engage a little bit. And as you engage, you
Wow.
get points. And as you get points, it unlocks stuff. So it's really built to get people in there and to actually engage. And that's really what makes groups powerful and strong. It's not
So
just
true.
having a group with 10,000 people, for example, in a Facebook group sounds
Just
cool.
just
But if
trash,
3
bro.
people are going to watch a video or go take a course or engage, that group is worthless. It's worthless.
Yo,
So,
so
my
someone
goal
just
has always been to really bring people together and joint venture and to collaborate. So,
well, yeah, man, I've done a ton of deals through collaboration. It's huge. It's a great way to get deals. So,
love it.
I'll have to check that out because I use Discord right now for my community, and I've tried whatever I can to get them to engage. And same with the Facebook groups. I have a big Facebook group. I just ask someone that has 170,000, 168,000 people in his Facebook group just reached out to me and was like, "Hey, can you help me, get this community rolling?" And I'm like, "Sure," but you're right. Like the size doesn't matter. It's about the
School's the way to
engagement.
go, bro. Check it out. I've done Discord, I've done Slack, I've done Facebook, I've done Thinkific, I've done Kajabi. I've even been on some other platforms
Yeah.
outside of all those, and none of them hold a candle to School. It's so easy to use. There's a mobile app. It's got a calendar, it's got courses, it's got the community, there's a leaderboard. Like I was saying, it forces engagement. And it actually, rewards people for the engagement. That's what you need. That's what you want. So I would highly
Yeah.
recommend it. Check it out.
Wow, dude. You're helping me out. You're helping the podcast Painless Podcast Nation over here.
Trying to make your
Wow, that's
life painless
amazing.
too, Nathan.
Dude, you really are because Discord really is I think it's cool the way you can separate everything in like different categories and have different channels cuz people do want to talk within
It's like
specific.
Slack. It's similar to Slack.
Yeah. Is school the kind of the same where you can have different channels depending on what people want to talk about?
Yes, you can have different categories. So
Categories.
you're still gonna have a feed like any social media would, and you just have different categories and you can search those categories. But what I like about it is it's not so much chat, it's more about posts. And again, that's what makes it fun because you can get points for getting likes and comments and just chatting is one thing, right? But being able
Yeah.
to engage and dive deep on certain topics. So yes, it does have, the ability to separate out, deals versus questions versus free trainings or call replays or gold content or, whatever the category you want.
I freaking love it. Everybody that's listening, go check out is reiskool.com.
You nailed it. It's
School.
called Real Estate School. That's just the URL that gets you there quickly.
Freaking dope. So let's dive into newbies. Everybody that's listening here is a newbie or was once a newbie. How do you suggest a newbie goes and gets started, brother? What's your
Yeah, I love it,
takeaway?
man. So, here's the thing. I was a newbie once. I trained tons of newbies. Like I said, I've helped 60, maybe even 70 people get their first deal at this point, right?
Love
And
it.
most people, including myself, when I've started, we get analysis paralysis. We think we need to know
Mm,
everything. We want to go
mhm.
study something. We want to go read 10 books. We want to go join 5 groups and 5 masterminds and go on this retreat and do this and do that. And here's the thing. You don't need to know it all. That's the secret. In fact, the more you try to learn, the harder it's going to be. I know that sounds counterintuitive, but what you need to know is that you only need to focus on the next step. You don't need all of the steps. You don't need it all. What you need to do is you need to focus on step number 1. And here's the deal, guys and girls. Step number 1 is marketing. And guess what? Marketing is just a fancy word for getting people on the phone. So you either spend money to get your phone to ring, or you spend time ringing other people's phones. That's it. That's the business. That's the whole thing. So that's step 1. So don't even worry about step 2 or step 3 or
Don't worry
step
about the
4.
contract yet, bro. Are you sure?
No, absolutely. Get people on the phone, because people are going to get the contract and they're going to say, well, this guy's got a contract and this guy's got a contract.
Mhm,
And they're
mhm.
not going to know which contract to use. So they're going to spend 5 days or 5 weeks trying to make their own contract from pieces from their contract. Listen, guys, I give away all of it for free, all of it inside real estate school. Free contracts, free joint venture agreements, free assignments. It's all free. It's all out there already.
It
Right.
is. It
And if you
is.
don't want to use my contracts, then go use somebody else's. But no, I would happily sit here today, and I'm not arguing by any means, but I would say, no, knowing what contract to use is not part of step 1. Part of step
Not
1
even
is
close.
getting people on the phone that own a home, asking if they have any interest in selling, figuring out what motivations or problems they have, and then going and helping them solve those problems. And then if you can make an offer or they are of interest in selling, then let's go to step 2. But don't worry about step 2 until you've gotten step 1 down or you are actively doing step 1. If you don't have any leads, you don't have a business, Nathan. You know this.
That's true, brother.
I
Yeah.
don't care what business you're in. You could be a dentist. If you ain't got nobody's teeth to fix, you ain't got no business, bro. You got to have leads. And that's what marketing is. It's getting people on the phone some way, shape, or form that own a property, that have interest in selling that property. The more motivation they have, the better for you and I as the investor or the wholesaler. But you
So
got to get people on the phone.
100%. So, Dave, let me ask you this: for people that are in analysis paralysis and they're like, "Okay, David just made it super easy. He said I just need to call somebody.
Just got
Like,
to
I
call
just need."
somebody.
What happens when you're coaching these people and they want to do everything but call somebody? How do you help them? Because that's kind of where I'm at too. It's like I tell people to go establish relationships with buyers so they have like someone that they can reach out to as like another mentor and can tell them what to pay. But yeah, either way,
No,
they
I
got to
mean,
get
that's
on
a
the
great
phone.
approach, but
Right.
I think that needs to be happening all the time in the background. It's not like if I was going to sit down with somebody right now, like new person walked in and they work at a restaurant and they don't know the first thing about real estate. They never even bought a house. They're like, Dave, I'm ready to get started. I'm going to say, all right, cool. Don't read any books. Don't take any courses. Let's pick up the phone and start calling for sale by owners or people that have properties listed on Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, Zillow, for sale by owner or for
Get to
rent. And let's
work.
just call them and say, hey, do you have interest in selling this? If so, great. What are you asking? And then start making offers to people, start setting appointments with people. You can learn everything in the evening, over the weekend, next week. There's always time to learn step 2. But guys, step 1 is the most important part. It's leads. It's getting people on the phone. And if you don't have any leads, you don't have any business. So it's all about starting. And when people come to me and they say, Dave, I get this all the time. Dave, I've been, doing this part-time for 6 months. And I say, oh, great. What are your numbers? And they say, well, what do you mean? And I say, well, how many sellers have you talked to this week? Have you made any offers this month? And they're like, no, not yet. I'm not there yet. And I'm like, well, then you're
Waiting.
not doing anything. You have done zero. You have not taken any step towards that first deal. You're in analysis paralysis land trying to learn step 9. And guess what? You can't go from step 1 to step 9. It doesn't work that way. Get
That,
people on the
that's
phone,
it.
make friends, find problems, and then go solve them. And then
Mhm.
come in real estate school, we basically are offering mentorships and coaching, right? It's indirect, but it's in there. And it's like, hey, I got this seller appointment. What do I do now? You're going to have 20 people comment. Great. Have you determined the comps? Have you got the repairs? You need help? Drop a link with photos. We will help you. It's there.
That's
But don't worry
wild.
about step 2. Don't worry about step 9. Guys, step 1, start making calls or start spending money via mailers or ads online or radio or billboards or bandit signs or park benches or just go to networking events, right? One of the things that I tell everybody that I work with, everybody, no matter what, is that you can't keep your business a secret. And I know it sounds dumb. It's like, oh, duh. But I can't tell you how many people I work with that have said they've been doing this business for 2 months or 5 months or a year in some cases. And they've never made a single Facebook post saying, hey, you know anybody that needs to sell a house?
Yeah.
They're keeping their business a secret. Guys, you can't keep your business a secret. When's the last time you drove by any business and they didn't have signage up.
That's right. It's true.
Nobody does that. You got to tell everybody you know. So, hypothetically speaking, you need to be shouting from the rooftops what business you're in. It's
Even if
so
you
important.
even if you suck, well, you feel like you suck, right? Nobody sucks if they're starting. Everybody has to start somewhere, but I feel like a lot of people don't shout because they don't feel like they're worthy yet, right? Or they're ready, or they
They
don't
don't
want to.
know. Right. They're
Yeah,
not worthy. They're
and
not ready. They don't know
that's
how
not
to do this.
that's
Guys,
those
you
are
learn
limiting
all
beliefs,
of
right?
it in the field.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's very interesting, brother. So I coach, you coach, and a lot of times is people are looking for everything but to get on that first step, right? They're trying to
Well,
do everything.
why wouldn't they? Let's talk about this for a second, Nathan. The hardest thing for most people to do is to make the first phone call. It's so much
Mhm.
easier to say, you know what? I think today I'm gonna get a business card. And tomorrow they
Yeah.
say, I'm gonna work on my logo. And then they say, oh, you know what? It'd be kind of cool to have a website. And all they're doing is kicking step one down the road, bro.
Yes, sir.
That's
Yep.
it. So, business cards might be necessary. A logo, probably not necessary, but it's cool to have. Same with the website.
Yep.
I did 30 deals before I had a website. I
That's it. There
probably
you
did
go.
5 or 6 before I even had a business card. You don't need these things. What you need is leads. And all these other things can be helpful. They can build credibility. They can help showcase you and your business and your credibility and your testimonials and all that good stuff, but it's not necessary. It's not step 1, guys. Step 1 is talking to people that have problems, that own houses, so we can come in and solve these problems for them. That's step 1. So the free mentor session is this podcast right here.
That's it.
Stop picking up more books and stop going to YouTube and stop going to these places to try to learn more. You know enough
Yeah.
from this. What have we been on this for 17 minutes? You know
17
enough from
minutes.
the last 17 minutes to get started. I promise you.
Hey, you're right, bro. Like, really, if you take a look at the people that have been in analysis paralysis and you say,
For
how many calls
months,
have you made? They probably can narrow it down to like less than 10.
a dozen. I made a
Yeah,
dozen calls,
dozen.
and you've been at this for 6 months, guys. I made a dozen calls before 8 a.m. today. Come on,
Yeah,
right?
that's nuts.
So
Well, hey, so let me ask you this. So how long have you been coaching for?
5.5 years,
Five and a half
probably
years.
closer to 6 actually.
Has your approach to coaching always been this direct where you're just like make a call, or did that take time to be like, okay, this is really
No, I
what?
refined it over the years. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay.
But I just know now, I have a lot of students that can get a deal usually within about 6 to 8 weeks. Not every student, but most of
Of
them can.
course. Yeah, of
And the
course.
reason is because I tell them, "Hey, if you want to kick this can down the road for 6 or 8 weeks, that's fine. Let me know when you're ready to take step 1." And that's when I'm ready to start helping you. But I don't want to work with people that aren't ready to take that first step. I literally turn people away all day because they're like, "Oh, Dave, I got to go do this. I got to go to this retreat. I got to go read this book." And it's like, cool. When you're ready to quit doing all that bullshit, pardon my language, and you're ready to actually do deals, step 1 is step 1. You can't go around it. You got to start there. So when you're ready to start showing me your numbers, how many calls, how many texts, how many mailers, whatever it may be, how many bandit signs, how much time or how much money have you spent on your marketing business? Because that's really what business we're in. Then I'm more than happy to help people. But I turn people away more than I actually bring them on because they're not ready.
Well,
And
I
I
think
don't
a
want
lot
to
of
work with people that aren't ready. I'm happy to help, but you got to be ready to do step 1. And if you're
yeah, and I
going to
think
kick that can, I'm not going to, I don't have any reason to work with you.
I just think a lot of people think this business is like something that they can just sit back and relax and just like, "Oh, okay, this is like I can
Well, it
just start
is.
this
It
from."
can be. Here's the thing. It can be.
Right. They want it from the
Whenever they're
beginning
ready
though.
to scale, meaning hire acquisitions folks and
Right.
automate their
They
marketing.
want that lifestyle immediately though,
Yeah,
you know?
they want that day one. And that's,
Yeah.
you know what? I tell people straight up, if that's what you want, go find somebody that's going to sell you that dream and take your money. I'm not that guy. I don't want to take your money and have you hire me and pay me as a coach to lie to you. I'm not going to lie to you. And hopefully anybody watching this live tonight, tomorrow, next month, 2027, doesn't matter. This is who I am, guys. I want to help, but I
Yeah.
want to help people that want my help, not just people that want to pay and then hope and pray. I'm not interested in that. I'm
Yeah,
not interested in hoping. I'll get
yeah.
you results, but you gotta be able to put in the work.
Yeah, nothing's worse than that, and that's just inevitable. Sometimes people just they feel like paying sometimes is them taking that first
That's
step.
not taking action.
They feel
No.
like it though, you know?
Yes, I agree 100%, Nathan. It is taking action in a way because it's showing that you're serious, but then prove it. That's kind of where we're at now.
Right.
Prove it, right? So it's not hard. We use simple scorecards with our students. Here's a scorecard. And basically, if we go a week without talking and they're like, hey, I got a question about this, I'm happy to answer that question. But typically I'm saying, show me your scorecard. And if you don't have any calls or any marketing, we're not even going to talk about your question. It's not relevant,
I
right?
love it,
And I'm not
dude.
going to be rude, of course, but I'm going to be firm. There's a difference, right? I'm going to be firm. Who gives a shit about
Yeah.
what assignment contract to use? You're not on step 6.
Yes,
You
sir.
got to go back to step 1. So you
Man,
can tell I'm very passionate,
bro,
about
you've been
this.
coaching for five and
I
a
love
half
helping
years.
people, man.
Yeah, you've been coaching for a while. You've seen what the excuses are, and you've seen what was required to succeed, and you're just preaching it, bro, from the rooftops. Let's
Well,
go.
I'm screaming from the rooftops, man. You can't keep it a secret. You got to get it out there.
Well, David, you've been more than gracious enough with your time to paint the Investor Thrive Nation here. I appreciate you. Where can we find you? I know you've already said it, but just
Hit me
again,
up.
where can we
Real
find you?
estate school, baby. Go Google it. And you can Google it SCHOOL or SKOOL. Either spelling will find me on there. I'm on there. That's my preferred method of communication. It's free to join right now. We're going to start charging down the road at some point, but anybody that joins before we start charging, probably not for another 5, 6, 7 weeks, to be honest, but anybody that joins in the meantime gets free access to life. You can make posts and tag people in there. You can send DMs in there. There's free courses. There's a community. It's got everything. It's basically the product that I've been looking for 5.5, 6 years. And I just found it myself about 3 months ago. And I've
Bro,
been using it for
I'm
about
sold,
that
bro.
long. And it's
I'm
phenomenal.
I'm
It's
literally
phenomenal.
looking at it right now. We got Steven Towns at plus 206. We got
Bro,
Nick
he's crushing it.
Johnson,
Steven is he's one of my most active guys in there. That's right.
Robert. We got Kim Harris, number 4. I love it, man. Just giving people recognition for taking action. That's what's important. So,
And you
hey,
know what?
David.
It shows how many people are online. Like right now, there's 8, which is cool.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, but sometimes there's 30 or 40 people online, and we're only at 600, man. I'm gonna make this group 100,000, no problem.
bro.
It's
I
one of my
love it.
goals. So
Well, let's get it. And that's a great name. So I wonder if you get organic traffic there just from people searching
The
versus
group was private until 2 days ago. Not not
really.
not meaning charged, just private. And I just opened it up to public literally 2 days ago, and it just finally got Google indexed this morning. So I'd
Oh,
imagine we'll start seeing some pretty massive growth over the next couple weeks.
what's
I'm
your
even running ads. I'm running ads. I'm paying money
let's
to get
go,
people
brother.
into a free group. That's
What
how much I love helping people.
what's your coaching business? Is it also REI school or was this just the name that you found for this
No, the
thing?
coaching business is called Discount Property Investor because that's what we do. We buy
Mm.
properties at discounts.
And don't get it twisted, people.
Don't
We
get it
don't buy
twisted,
it at
people. It's
full
simple.
price.
But real estate school is where I want to push everybody. It's free right now. It's awesome. There's so much value in there. I mean, I'm doing 2 or 3 free trainings a week right now. And all the calls are recorded and archived. And there's a call library. It's awesome.
You
And
got me sold, bro.
of course there's a mastermind and an upsell, but that's not why I'm here today. Not at
Yeah,
all. I
why
want to get
wouldn't it?
people
Why
in a
wouldn't
free
there be,
community.
right? It sounds like
Yep.
you got a lot of value. So
Yep.
honestly, I want to check it out, dude, because Discord, when people go in there, they're freaking lost, dude. I mean,
Bro,
you've seen it.
sign up. It's free. He'll have access in 10 minutes or less.
My brother, David Dodge, everybody. Thank you for coming on and reach out. And if you don't go to real estate school, I don't know why you wouldn't. It's
I,
freaking
I don't know
free.
what
Let's
else to
go.
tell you.
There's nothing else to say other than go right now. All right,
Awesome.
everybody.
Thanks
We'll
for
catch
having
you
me,
on the
Nate.
next one. Peace out, David. I appreciate your time, brother.
Likewise, man. Thank you.